Hey everyone and welcome to my channel. Today I wanted to talk about something that has sparked my interest a lot lately, and that's virtual idols and K-pop. Between the comeback of KDA and the debut of Aespa, there has been a lot of traction in the virtual side of K-pop, and I think it's worth taking a deep dive into the history of virtual idols in the music industry and how K-pop is slowly adopting this model, potentially turning it into an even bigger trend. So how did this all start? Looking back in time, the first recorded virtual band surprisingly goes way more back than what most people would expect, with the creation of Alvin and the Chipmunks back in 1958 by Ross Bagdasarian. Bagdasarian had released multiple songs previously to creating the band, where in some instances he would alter his voice to make magic-sounding words, which were mainly compiled of nonsensical syllables. While driving in the park, Bagdasarian saw a chipmunk dash in front of him. That moment inspired him to create his chipmunk characters, or so he said. He planned to have a singing group of reindeer, alligators, hippopotami, grasshoppers, birds, and more animals, but everyone who heard the demo called them chipmunks, due to them being familiar with Disney's chipmunk duo. So Ross relented and he changed them back to chipmunks. In the years that followed, more and more bands following this model would pop up. One of the most notable are the Archies in 1969, which were the first to appear in worldwide pop charts. Following that in 1998, Damon Albarn, who was the lead singer of the British band Blur, along with the artist Jamie Hewlett, who was the co-creator of the comic book Tank Girl, created the virtual band Gorillaz. The concept was simple. A band of virtual characters singing and performing, where Albarn was the only stable member, with other members rotating and notable singers collaborating with the band. The band's debut music video was Tomorrow Comes Today in 2001, which acted as an introduction to the members in the format of the band's performance style. However popular this style of performing was in the West, it obviously didn't take long to reach the East, with one of the first countries adopting the virtual band and transforming it into a virtual idol concept being Japan. Japan's idol culture that erupted in the 80s was fast-moving and trend-setting, looking constantly for ways to innovate the industry and build momentum. They began by adopting this style in one of the most famous anime series, Super Dimension Fortress Macross. The creators turned one of the main characters, Lin Min Mei, into the first virtual idol debuting in 1982. In the 1990s, the famous Japanese talent agency Hatsune then decided to debut their own virtual idol, creating then Kyoko Date and debuting her in 1995. Hatsune viewed Date as a dream talent for the multimedia age of the 21st century. She would never get sick or be involved in any scandals, she could appear simultaneously on any number of channels worldwide, and she could speak and sing in any language of the world. This would allow her to perform on a global scale cheaply, quickly, and precisely. Yet in spite of these advantages, and in spite of the sales promotion, it was issues such as the unnatural quality of her movements that came into the fore. So the idol never found the success the agency was seeking to keep her activities afloat and was eventually abandoned. In 2007, Krypton Future Media debuted the Vocaloid Hatsune Miku. Hatsune Miku was the first Vocaloid developed by the company after they handled the release of the Yamaha Vocal Meiko and Kaito. The name of Hatsune Miku was conceived soon after the Vocaloid 2 announcements when an English and Japanese vocal were developed for the character. The intended design was delayed and later used for Megurine Luka instead. Miku was intended to be the first of the series of Vocaloids called the Character Vocal Series, which included Kagamine Rin and Megurine Luka. Each had a particular concept and vocal direction. She was built using Yamaha's Vocaloid 2 technology and later updated to a newer engine version, and she was created by taking vocal samples from voice actress Saiki Fujita at a controlled pitch and tone. Those samples all contain a single Japanese phonic that, when strung together, creates full lyrics and phrases. The pitch of the samples had to be altered by the synthesizer engine and constructed into a keyboard-style instrument within the Vocaloid software. Krypton released Hatsune Miku on August 31, 2007, and they had an idea to release Miku as an android diva in the near future world where songs are lost. Hatsune Miku found a lot of success that her Japanese predecessors hadn't seen, with her even being scheduled to perform in the now cancelled Coachella 2020. In 2018, Riot Games was looking into a way to expand their company's musical portfolio and establish themselves in the industry. In their attempt to do that, they decided to combine what they do best, which is gaming, with a K-pop idol prototype. KDA was born and debuted with the song Pop Stars. The name KDA stands for Kills, Deaths, and Assists and consisted of 4 virtual members who were League of Legends characters: Ari, Evelyn, Akali, and Kaisa. Ari and Akali were voiced by G-idols Mion and Soyeon, and Evelyn and Kaisa were voiced by multiple rotating singers Madison Beer, Bea Miller, Kim Petras, Jair Burns, and Wolf Tilla. Seraphine is voiced by Lexi Liu and was also recently spotted in the new KDA video for More. The collaboration with Cube Entertainment, with G-idols members participating in the KDA project, didn't seem to be a random thing. The creators of the project said back in 2018 in an interview for a magazine that some of the music by Cube Entertainment was a good inspiration for us actually, especially one of their legacy acts for Minute. They gravitated towards more of that hard-hitting songs as opposed to ballads or songs that were too nice or too bubbly. KDA has been active since Popstars and has had a massive cultural impact with tons of single downloads, top charting songs reaching even #1 multiple times in the US charts, as well as amassing a huge following of people who cosplay often as the members. This project, after Hatsune Miku, was probably the most successful virtual idol group, slowly solidifying the potential that projects like this have for standing in the market. One of the biggest K-pop entertainment companies seems to have been observing and saw that this was potentially a good opportunity to dabble in. At the World Cultural Industry Forum in Seoul, SM Entertainment's founder Lee Soo-man said, Aespa represented the launch of the SM Culture Universe, SMCU, and would feature both real-world members and digital avatars that would interact in various real-life and digital environments. The group's name Aespa is composed of the English initials of A and E, avatar and experience, plus the English word aspect, meaning 2 sides, which symbolizes meeting another self and experiencing the new world. The group would consist of 4 members, Karina, Ningning, Giselle, and Winter, and their avatars. According to Lee, Aespa heralded the beginning of the future of entertainment. The group is what I've dreamt of, as it projects a future world centered on celebrities and avatars transcending boundaries between the real and virtual worlds, he said. A whole new group with an original inventive concept will be born. Although the concept has definitely evolved since its initial inception, this shows a very similar way of working that Horipuro had back in 1995 when debuting Kyokodate. It's quite interesting as well if we tie this into the speculations around the suspicious timing of Aespa's debut, as well as previous issues that SM has had with its idols regarding mental health problems, and how Lee Soo-man's statement, although altered, echoes a bit of what Horipuro said back in the day. Do you guys think that SM is not simply interested in creating entertainment that transcends worlds, but is looking for some way to maximize profits without risking idols' health and the human factor? Or do you think that they're simply looking to revolutionize music? Regardless, Aespa's debut earlier this month with Black Mamba was extremely successful and it garnered a lot of attention, and the song was a bop, with an amazing music video. It has certainly shown how virtual idols are here to stay, even if they won't necessarily be the norm. What do you guys think about this? Are you interested in virtual idols or bands? Or do you prefer seeing real artists perform? Do you think that this will truly revolutionize the industry? Or is this simply another virtual project launch that might be successful on its own accord but won't change much? Let me know your thoughts below. Thank you for watching and sticking till the end. If you like this video, make sure to click the like button and subscribe to see more from me in the future. Also check out my channel for other interesting takes, and see ya!